Welcome back to Benny's Custom Works. Today we're down here at Empire Mechanical and Racing. We're going to put the new CRESTA engine together. We're now in the secret engine building room here at Empire. We've got Omar with us, who's been the master of all of our barrows so far. This is effectively the Empire 1200 horsepower combo, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
We've added a few little extra things like Kelford cams and a horsepower junkie billet oil pump that you guys are going to see a bit later, but we're going to jump straight into it. I've said 100 times I'm not an engine builder. Omar is an engine builder, so I'm basically just going to watch along with you guys. First thing we're going to do is put the pistons and rods in. Then we're going to quickly tension them to the crank, correct?
Yeah.
Then we'll spin it over and start putting all the underside of the crankcase stuff together, because we can't actually tighten the rod bolts to the crank once the girdle and the under tray have gone on. So we'll do that, then we'll flip it over and we'll work our way up. Enough chit chat, let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Now comes a pretty exciting part of the night. We've got these brand new Kelford cams. These are their new generation Barra cam. They've also actually paired these with their new spring and retainer combo. So we've got titanium retainers and an all new PAC valve spring, which is made in America. So that's pretty cool. Funnily enough, we were actually around the corner from PAC when we were in the States, or one of their factories anyway. But yeah, I'm super keen to get these in. These guys actually do a lot of R&D before they supply cams. So unlike a lot of other camshaft manufacturers or suppliers, they actually have a ton of cylinder heads in stock at all times. And before they release any profiles, they put them into the head as a prototype camshaft. They measure valve lift, and they also measure the way that in this particular instance, the cam follower or the rocker interacts with the cam, and also the way it interacts with the valve and the spring and the retainer. So that's super cool to see all the R&D in the background of that. I was lucky enough to actually visit the Kelford factory. Unfortunately, I didn't have any filming gear with me at the time, but I was in Christchurch actually for a wedding. So it was super cool to go and check out the factory and see the R&D behind it, and I'll talk to the guys, and all those guys are actually super cool car guys as well. So they spent a lot of time sort of explaining some of their projects and showing me around the factory. But that's enough talking, let's get these cams in. When you're putting your cam caps back on the cylinder head, you've got to be super careful talking, or the procedure that you tighten it in. Otherwise, you can crush these little dowel tubes in here, and if you do that, it causes major damage, and you can actually even crack the cam caps or the cam bridges. And obviously, if you break these, they're basically machined as a set with the cylinder head. So if you do unfortunately break them, that means the head's got to go back to the head shop and tunnel bore the cam bore. Otherwise, your cam's never going to spin true. It's going to bind, and then it's either going to create heat or chew the cam, or all of the above, and that's basically just going to ruin the top end of the engine. So yeah, super critical to torque these in the correct way. We've had a pretty long night. We've got the long motor more or less assembled now. Pretty much all we've got left to do is dial the cams in and then put covers and stuff on. It's like 2:30 in the morning, so we're going to pack up, and Omar's just going to finish it off in the morning, dial the cams in, put the covers on, and then he's going to run it out to us, and we'll chuck it in the car. Everyone's pretty much cooked, so we're just going to call it now before we muck something up and do some damage. So
yeah, it's been a long one. It's been a long night.
Yeah, we're gonna call it quits. Done. But
that's
thanks, man. Appreciate it as
anytime,
always.
man. Anytime, man. Always happy to help.
Hopefully, we'll do you proud with this jigger, and
I'm sure you will.
Run sevens.
100%.
That's the goal.
That's it.
So awesome.
Beautiful.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. It's late. It's real late.
But you know that bucket?